What's going on, y'all squad? This is Jacques and this is your review for Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 1, Episode 3. Honestly, I don't think we're going to be here that long. I always say that, but honestly, we really didn't get a whole lot this episode. But again, that's fine. It was one of those where it was just good to see certain aspects. Um, so you have Kenya. She's in court. T- I want to say telephonically. Well, from what we saw initially, it was telephonically. Um, we find out that Kyle has she started drinking 10 o'clock the previous morning. I'm not going to judge anybody on what time they start drinking, and I'm definitely not going to comment on anybody's duration of drinking because I'll be a hypocrite. So moving on, Kyle and Melissa are talking, and Melissa, says to Kyle that she also felt a way about some of the questions/awards from the night before, which I can appreciate her just kind of keeping it to herself, but it's just like, did you really feel a way, or are you just trying to build, I won't say an alliance, but a friendship to go outside of this particular, project that is going on? Cynthia and Luann talk, and they've known each other for years, so that's nice. And she pretty much just wants to be. She says that she wants to be friends with Kyle, but she is friends with Kenya. So there's a difference there. It's two different sets of standards. Whereas it's this one person I don't know that I'm trying to get to know, and it's this one person that I do know. And she pretty much runs down everything that I said in the last review. And because I have a horrible time remembering things, because I wrote it down, didn't I? Because I said it to y'all, didn't I? Oh, I don't, you know what? I don't think I wrote it down. I think I just said it to y'all. But, it was the fact that, you were over an hour late, and we were all sitting down there waiting on you. In addition to that, when you finally do come down, you go ahead and help yourselves with some food, which I know some people might argue, well, how does she know if people are or aren't eating? But for someone like Kenya, you more than likely know. And then when you come to the table, you don't even come with an apology. So it's all these different things, and they all combine into just one moment to where it's just like, wow. And I think more than anything, an apology should have been given. Just a simple like, my bad, blah, 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 blah. But that's not what we got. So breakfast happens. There's awkward energy between Cynthia and Kyle, which is to be expected, and is more or less coming from Cynthia, which again I understand it. But with one thing that other people have to understand, especially in watching this particular show, if you don't watch the other housewife shows, I should say the European American housewife shows more or less, or the dominant ones, many of them, they it's a revolving door of an apology, where it's just like something happens, apologize, we move on, and then there's the very next thing. Where with Cynthia, yeah, she's sitting in on this because she's like, dang, this was my night, and y'all contributed to like effing up my night. Yeah, I feel the way now. I don't like that Cynthia did not have that dialogue with her, but I understood why she didn't. It's just like, look, it's morning time. I ain't trying to do this with you right now. It's okay. You apologize, but because Kyle is apologizing again, and Kyle's one of those where it's just like, well, I apologize. You should accept it, baby girl. Don't work like that. Don't work like that. So Kyle, now this was some rude. I understood the questioning, but I felt this was rude as hell. She was like, "Oh, were you mad with Kenya last night?" And she said, and this is one of those where I respect the hell out of it. And she's like, "Yeah, that's a Cynthia and Kenya conversation," and it is. This has nothing to do with you. You need to be worried about why I'm not messing with you right now, and better hope I don't sit here and come for you every chance I get. See, Cynthia pulled one of my moves that I'm gonna get to momentarily, but again, Cynthia's still better than me because again, I'm hell on wheels when I'm in my fifis. I'm hell on wheels, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So Kenya joins them and she reveals that I don't know if it's all chords or if it's just the one that she's participating in, but it's all done through YouTube, and she had to go get her laptop. And what sucks about it and is it's live. So with if you watch YouTube lives, anybody can jump into a live. Now whether or not they can comment or not is something else, but you can like jump into a live. And I felt bad for her because it was two things that was being discussed that she don't feel that any person should know, and that's finances and then details about her child, which is understandable, totally, because whew, that shit can get leaked. But I didn't know that it was done on YouTube, which, because I'm pretty sure if it was, a lot of YouTubers would have been in those courtroom online meetings ready to sit here and talk about everything. Let me tell you. Um, I do want to say during that whole entire talk, though, when I tell you that Cynthia said that ate her food. She ain't comfort her friend. She ain't say nothing. She said that eat her potato salad at breakfast. And I know people like potato salad at breakfast. Man, look, food is food. Damn it. I about to say the only type of food that I even consider is brunch. And even then, no, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. But still, the fact she was just like, man, when I tell you I hollered, because I'm saying like I'm petty. I'm very petty. That's something I would do. Where it's just like, man, I ain't messing with you right now, man. F you and your feelings. Period. I know. Whatever. So Luann brings up Bolo, and obviously we go back to the last season of Atlanta, and she says that someone sent her a video of him using his private parts to have relations with a melon, and then it exploded. I was just like, I didn't need to know that, but okay. So now you have Kyle, Melissa, and Kenya, and I believe it's Kenya. It doesn't matter. They're in somebody's room, but I believe it was Kenya's. Kenya brings up that Cynthia might be mad at her, and you know the girls agree, and Kenya says, "Okay, well my silence was 30 minutes late. What I want to say is you could offer that to Cynthia. You still would have been 30 minutes late." But you could have offered that to her, especially when you know what time dinner was and then you showing up late. Come on now. Come on. And she talks about Cynthia, and we all know Cynthia is clingy when it comes to her friends. I mean, dare we go back to the friend contract? And Cynthia even said at the end of the episode that she thought it was going to be them being Thelma Louise against everybody else. And it's like, well, you shouldn't have had that expectation. You should have just came on this to have the experience and just to get to know everybody. So you're having these expectations on your friendship that the other person don't know of. So it's not fair to them. So John and his friends are instructing volleyball, and John is Ramona's boo thing. Volleyball happens. Cynthia and Kenya talk. And actually, well, she said it here, but I wrote it down. And Cindy pretty much just said, you were late, you ate, offered no apologies, and you weren't supportive. That was the one part I forgot to say was the whole supportive thing where you're jumping on the bandwagon with a woman that you really don't know, and I'm your best friend. I'm young. Kenya felt that the women they're not in their friend group, so she felt that it was a little bit different. And when you have these women that are not in our friend group that don't know how we get down, you have to be understanding to their feelings. And Cynthia, the whole thing is just like, look, well, one, Cynthia was on one, but she was just like, I restructured the game several times to make it appeasing to other people. But if I was Cynthia, I would have just been like, if you don't want to play the game, then just sit there and eat your food. Because I ain't got time for the back and forth. I'm not going to let you overly stress me out because at that point, I'm going to get really disrespectful and you're not going to like me. You're really not. But there was no resolution there. But Kenya brings up a point that she and Cynthia switch places where on Atlanta, Kenya is mostly on the outs and Cynthia is cool with everybody else. But here it seemed like Cynthia's on the out and Kenya's cool with everybody else. Hey, it is what it is. So they have lunch. Luann asks Ramona about John. And she's pretty much saying like, it is what it is. He's here. I'm in New York. Whatever, whatever. Luann said, well, he might like a little 20 something. Kenya said he might like some chocolate. Ramona had me messed up because she gonna say, well, I was married for over 20 years, and she was married for like what, a hot second. But your husband was cheating on you a good chunk of your marriage, was he not? You said that he was verbally and mentally abusive, did you not? So is there really something to, sit there and, hold in such an esteem that you were sitting here being dogged out, disrespected, and cheated on, being manipulated and everything else, where he made you stay and you sat here for a whole season and sucked it up, but you want. Anyway, I told you I don't see it for Ramona. I really don't. So Teresa and Melissa go back down memory lane. I'm not doing it. If y'all watch The Real Housewives of New Jersey, you know their dynamic. I hate that we're even revisiting it. Whatever. So spa day happens. It's nothing but mud and aluminum foil. I'm like, why y'all wrapping people in aluminum foil? I'm about to say, what you finna do? Throw them in the oven? Throw them on a campfire? Had them in aluminum foil. And then at one point, Luann was losing not only her aluminum foil, but her dago beach, spot beach that whatever was falling off. I'm like, you know what? Again, this is one of those episodes where outside of the drama and the mess, it was just feel good to watch. So they're at the Wamara Villa for dinner. Now, you have Jorge. He is the general manager. He is using one of their phones to do a group photo, and he was going to put the phone down and grab somebody else's phone. And you have Ramona saying, "Oh no, no, well, you don't have to do that. Just use that one phone. We'll airdrop it." But it's her tone when she talks to people. Jorge had to let her know, look, I am the general manager. You will not boss me around. Kenya walked up and said, look, that somebody said it, thank you. They was like, ooh, that was a read. Like, I was here for Jorge had to let you know, just like, ma'am, I run this resort. I am not the help. Let's be. And somebody else even told her, girl, you don't talk to him like he the help. But that's not how you speak to people in general. I might piss somebody off when I say this, but people in her age group, baby boomers tend to have a messed up way of talking to people. I'm just saying. Anyway, the astrology. Linda, the astrologer, shows up. Melissa calls her Cruella, trying to make that a compliment. That was not a compliment. I'm not gonna get into the whole astrology thing because I felt that particular I wasn't buying what she was selling. At the end, they're having a conversation. Kenya, about a good 5, 6 times, interrupted Cynthia while they were having a little conversation there. Part of me feels that might have been intentional, but we don't know. And unfortunately, we don't have what's going on the next episode. We really don't. So just have to wait and see. And I'm pretty sure we'll be getting episode 4 next Thursday. But if it comes up before then, you will get it. And before I sign off, just to let you all know, if y'all like to watch playthroughs and whatnot, starting Friday, because the game is already downloaded. It comes out at midnight. It is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl. I will be doing a playthrough. The first one, possibly two. The first one's going to be a regular playthrough. The other one's probably going to be just a one-type playthrough. It's either going to be psychic type or normal type. But if you're into that, please watch. Please do. That's what we're doing. We have content for days. So yeah. But yeah, that is it. That is all that I have. So thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so very much. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you for Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl in the next video. So I'll see you for that. Peace out.